Hello everyone and welcome to this lecture on Ingress object. So introduction to Ingress object. So definition of Ingress. Ingress is an API object managing external access to services in a Kubernetes cluster, typically over HTTP or HTTPS. It provides load balancing, SSL termination and name-based virtual hosting. So this is how the high level overview of Ingress. So you have client and you have an Ingress-managed load balancer. So client will hit, for example, some load balancer, maybe probably in the AWS or in the Google or in Azure. So it will hit the request, will go through the load balancer and then it will go to Ingress. And Ingress will have the rules, the routing rules, like to which service the traffic should be redirected to, and then service will be redirecting via deployment to one of the pods. So Ingress basically contains rules to decide which service. So in this case, it's a simple example that it goes to one service, but in actuality, this Ingress will have a lot of rules. So it's like saying that, for example, you have a domain, for example, mydomain.com, and that is served by, for example, DNS, and then inside mydomain.com, you can have services, right? For example, /home, /customer, /complaints, /products. So all those will objects, like you can have even deeper level, and based on that rule, so /home will be probably home service, or /products will be products microservice, and customers or /self service will be a separate microservice. So this is where Ingress comes into picture, basically to redirect to the right service. Okay, a node is a worker machines in Kubernetes, part of a cluster, which we already know. A cluster is a set of nodes running containerized applications managed by Kubernetes. Edge router is a router enforcing firewall policy for the cluster. Cluster network is a set of links facilitating intra-cluster communication. And service is an object identifying a set of pods using label sectors, typically assumed to have virtual IPs routable within the cluster network. Understanding Ingress operations. Ingress exposes HTTP or HTTPS routes from outside the cluster to services within it. Traffic routing is controlled by rules defined on the Ingress resource. Configurations may include providing externally reachable URLs, load balancing traffic, SSL/TLS termination, and name-based virtual hosting. Ingress does not expose arbitrary ports or protocols. Services other than HTTP, HTTPS exposed to the internet typically use a service of type node port or load balancer. Ingress prerequisites and controllers. An Ingress controller is needed to satisfy an Ingress. Simply creating an Ingress resource has no effect without a controller. So this is important. Usually we install an Ingress controller or some other Ingress controller. Without an Ingress controller, if you create an Ingress object, that will have no effect. You might need to deploy an Ingress controller such as Ingress Nginx. There are multiple Ingress controllers. Sorry for that. There are multiple Ingress controllers to choose from. While all Ingress controller should fit the reference specification, in reality they operate slightly different. It's important to understand these differences when choosing a controller. An Ingress resource needs API version, kind, metadata, and spec fields. It often uses annotations to configure operations depending on the Ingress controllers. The Ingress spec contains a list of rules matched against all incoming requests. These rules only support directing HTTP or HTTPS traffic. Our default backend is often configured in an Ingress controller to service any requests that do not match a path in the spec. So this is a minimal, simple Ingress object. So we have API version, kind, metadata, name, and we have annotation. And important part is spec. So we have IngressClassName, and we have got some rules. So there's only one rule in this case. So it's saying HTTP rule paths. If the path is test path of path type is prefix, then the backend service, this is the actual service which exists. It will redirect the traffic to test service. If the traffic host domain name / test path come, then it will be served by service name test on port number 80. So this one is Ingress example with the resource backend. So we have something called as default backend. So you can have Ingress object and spec default backend, and in this case default backend has some like API group kind. So in this case is a storage bucket and static assets and their rules. So static assets and for example this is like available. So this is default backend. If the path is /icons, so all different paths if it is a /icons. So this path type is implementation specific. There are 3 types actually. So in the backend we have configured the default backend, which is like storage bucket, and name is icon assets. So this one is a slightly different type of backend, and it is of storage bucket, and it will go to this particular storage bucket which has got name icon assets. If so, the domain name /icons, so it will be served by here, and all the icons which match / for example home.png or favorite.png or anything, it will be served by this bucket. Path types and multiple matches in Ingress rules. So path types, we have path types determine how Ingress paths should match. The new path types include exact, prefix, and implementation specific. Multiple match precedence, when more than one path in an Ingress matches a request, the path with the exact match has the highest precedence. If there is no match, longest prefix match is prioritized. So prefix we have seen, there is an exact which will take the exact value. So prefix, after prefix / it can be anything on the route. For example, in the previous example, so this one is type prefix. So it's the prefix means prefix / anything after that will be served by test. But if it is exact, there should be an exact path, and it will be a one-to-one mapping. So this is an example Ingress object. So here is we have the name and we have the rules. So this is for host based rules. So if the host name should match this particular, so we have foo.bar.com. So if the request domain name has this value, then it will go to this particular path, and the path type is prefix, and after this host -par, it will be served by this backend service on port number 80. So this is precedence. We are showing precedence. So if it is exact match, it will come here. But if it anything other than like *star.foo.com, so this part can be replaced by anything. For example, bar.foo.com, hello.foo.com, goodbye.foo.com. It would be served by and after that if it is -foo, then it will be served by this another service. So this one has higher precedence compared to this one. Ingress class. An Ingress class is a resource that describes a class of ingresses. It defines the controller implementation to use and how it will handle Ingress resources belonging to this class. The Ingress class specifies a controller and optional parameters, allowing configurations to be abstracted from individual Ingress resources. Using Ingress class makes it easier to manage a large number of ingresses by standardizing configurations, promoting better resource isolation, and reducing operational complexity. So this is an example of Ingress class, and it has name external LB and the controller. So this is Ingress controller. So this is a custom controller, for example, example.com Ingress controller, and you can specify some parameters with that, like API group kind, so Ingress parameters and some values. Okay, deprecated annotation and default Ingress class. Before Kubernetes 1.18, Ingress classes were specified with kubernetes.io/Ingress class annotation on the Ingress. Although it was widely supported by Ingress controller, this annotation was never formally defined, so this got deprecated. Kubernetes 1.18 and later introduced the Ingress class name field on the ingresses, which is a reference to an Ingress class resource. This field contains additional Ingress configuration, including the name of Ingress controller, and is more effective and standardized method than the deprecated annotation. An Ingress class can be marked as the default for the cluster with the ingress.kubernetes.io/is-default-class annotation, meaning that the Ingress without an Ingress class name specified will be assigned to this Ingress class. Advanced Ingress features. Ingress can provide SSL/TLS termination, freeing up the work from the application and centralizing certificate management. Some Ingress controllers support session affinity, useful when you have stateful applications and want to direct a user's request to the same backend pod. Custom health checks can be configured on some Ingress controllers, providing more flexibility than Kubernetes standard readiness and liveness probes. Some Ingress controllers support sophisticated load balancing algorithms, allowing the distribution of requests to be optimized for the specific needs of your application. Types of Ingress. An Ingress can be backed by a single service, exposing a single service by specifying a default backend with no rules. A fan-out configuration routes traffic from a single IP address to more than one service based on the HTTP URI being requested. This configuration helps keep number of load balancers down. Name-based virtual hosts support routing HTTP traffic to multiple host names at the same IP address. You can secure an Ingress by specifying a secret that contains a TLS private key and certificate. The Ingress resource only supports a single TLS port 443 and assume TLS termination at the Ingress point. An Ingress controller is bootstrapped with some load balancing policy settings that it applies to all Ingress, such as the load balancing algorithm, backend weight scheme, etc. To add a new host to an existing Ingress, you can update the resource by editing it. Techniques for spreading traffic across failure domains differ between cloud providers, so for that you have to check out the documentation of relevant Ingress controllers for details. Alternatives to Ingress. There are other ways to expose a service in Kubernetes that don't directly involve the Ingress resource. Node port, which exposes the service on each node's IP at a static port. A cluster IP service to which a node port service will route is automatically created. Load balancer exposes the service externally using cloud providers' load balancer. Node port and cluster IP services to which external load balancer routes are automatically created. External name maps the service to the contents of the external name field. Example, example foodbar example.com by returning a CNAME, actually canonical name record with its value. So this is basically to redirect the traffic to some other external domain or some other external host outside the cluster. Ingress backed by a single service. An Ingress can be backed by a single service. This allows you to expose a single service to the internet, which can be useful for application with a single public entry point. You can specify a single service with an Ingress by specifying a default backend with no rules. This configuration sends all incoming traffic to that backend. After creating the Ingress, you can use kubectl apply -f and you can check the state of the Ingress using kubectl get ingress name, and this allows you to view the IP allocated by the Ingress controller to satisfy the Ingress object. So this is a default backend Ingress configuration. Simple fan-out Ingress. A fan-out configuration allows you to route traffic from single IP address to more than one service, which is based on the HTTP URI being requested. The HTTP URI being requested is used to determine which service the traffic is sent to. This allows you to manage traffic to different parts of your application more efficiently. The Ingress controller provisions an implementation-specific load balancer that satisfy the Ingress. This happens as long as the service exists. Once done, you can see the address of the load balancer at the address field. So this is Ingress-managed load balancer, and this is a fan out example. Those you have foo and bar, and this is an Ingress object which has got its IP in its Ingress controller, and it is basically serving foo by this service and another by some other service which is exposed at different ports, and it is going to different backend pods to serve the traffic. This is an example of fan out. So simple fan out example, same thing which we have seen, foo and prefix service, and bar is different service on different port. Name based virtual hosting. Name based virtual hosting allows routing HTTP traffic to multiple host names at the same IP address, enabling hosting of multiple websites on the same IP address. The Ingress configuration dictates the backing load balancer to route request based on the host header, allowing efficient distribution of traffic. For this to work, you need a backing load balancer which follows the instructions given by the Ingress. So this is a name-based Ingress managed load balancer and name-based virtual hosting example. So we have got Ingress and we have host. So we can configure two, but we have only one. So this is something specific to the Ingress controller which can handle this kind of scenario. So if the traffic is foo.bar.com/foo.bar.com, it will be, so there's no prefix, it will go to this service, and if it is bar.foo.com, it can go to the other service. So this is why we call name-based virtual hosting, because we have got two virtual hosts and it's being served by two different services. And this is how it looks like. Name virtual host, this is just the name, but we have got rules. So foo.bar.com and bar.foo.com, and different prefix and different service, different ports, same port also, and it doesn't matter. But the important part is this is the virtual host. This is the important thing to understand. Okay, secure Ingress with TLS. You can secure an Ingress by specifying a secret that contains a TLS private key and certificate. This helps in securing the channel from the client to the load balancer. The Ingress resource supports a single TLS port 443 and assumes TLS termination at the Ingress point. This means the traffic to the service and its pod is in plain text. For securing an Ingress, you need a TLS secret. The TLS secret should contain key named TLS.crt and TLS.key that contain the certificate and private key to use for TLS. So basically you have to create a secret first, and you can call whatever it you feel like, and then you have base64 encoded cert file and an encoded key, and the data will go in TLS.cert and TLS.key. So this key actually key should have this, and the value can be, you will just base64 the cert and the key. And then finally how to use it is you take this name test_secret./TLS, and you will have a Ingress object, and to say this is how to secure, and you have a host TLS. So this part is matching. So when you create those certificates, the host is here and the secret name is here. So this and when you generate these certificates, that host will be matching whatever we see over here, and rest all is same. This only TLS part comes for securing an Ingress object. And that's all. Thanks for watching.